Hello, lovely Capricorns. This is your reading for the week of May 3rd, or whenever you hear it and it resonates. So Capricorn, when I was asking the guides who we were doing next, and your name flooded in, it came in with two songs. The first one was Diana Ross and the Supremes, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. I think somebody else did it too. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from you. And then the next song was from the musical Annie, The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow. So what I have to say is, even though the first song was theoretically a love song, I'm not getting this specifically as a love reading. Although, because it is a love song, it may be relevant to some of you as a love reading. But the feeling that I'm getting for the collective I'm reading for within the Capricorn sign is that the feeling behind the song is nothing's too big, nothing's going to stop me, right? Nothing's going to keep me from getting to you. But what if we take that and broaden it out? Nothing's going to stop me. There's not a mountain too high, a river too wide, a valley too deep for me to do what I want to do. And then the sun will come out tomorrow. Well, my goodness, bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. It's total optimism. So when I was looking at this and getting the feeling, I asked the guides, what is it you really want to say to Capricorn this week? And that then came to these cards. Creativity is the first card that comes out. Service, drop the weight, struggle, say yes, past, present, future. Those are the key cards that came out for you. So as I'm reading this and as I'm asking the guides to clarify, what I'm getting is that for some of you, you're in the process of trying to achieve something or trying to do something that's important to you. And because the first card that comes out is creativity, I feel as though it has to do with you producing something. Either a work of art, but let's broaden that out. Because creativity is not just about art, and that is what this card is saying. Creativity is not a gift that's given to some. It's not a private club. Creativity is in everything from the socks you wear and the mustard you choose for your sandwich. Everything that you do is an expression of your taste and your personality. So what I'm getting from this is trust in your ability to have what is particular to you come out in whatever act or whatever function this is about. You get the service card, and the service card in the context that it's coming up here from the pack it's coming, it's really talking about that service does not have to be an act. It can really be a way of thinking, that we're all here to help each other, that it's just normal thinking, daily activities, that there is service in everything that we do, however grand or however minute it is, and that we're all in acts of service to each other all the time, whether we identify it as such or not. But when we hold that attitude, then it creates more of a sense of ability to communicate, to be a part of, to reach out and really engage in whatever it is you're doing. So again, this is perfect if what you're doing is you are creating something that you want to bring to the world. Now, what you've also got here, which I think is super important, you've got the cards that are telling you to go down your list of everything that is stressing you and start looking at the ones that you can cross off easily, just to shorten the list, but start defining what it is in this case that is holding you back, that is holding you down, that you do not need to struggle in this, that there is nothing noble in struggle, that in fact things are much easier and we are far more productive when we get out of a sense of struggle. Okay, so that's what I think. And what one of the things that's interesting about this card too, and I think it's relevant specifically to you in this reading, is when you can walk away from the situation, even just mentally, for a little while, often the solution or the answers presents itself. Okay? And so it's the idea of, and now it's really interesting. I just saw the two lines from separate packs. Drop the weight is the one telling you to please make a list and look at what's stressing you and see what you can cross off the list. But it's often just writing the list will sometimes relieve the stress because it's out on paper. But then in the struggle card, you also get sometimes when you really drop it, the need to do whatever you're struggling with completely dissolves. Okay? Now, again, we can, especially when we're trying to achieve something, we can overthink things. And Capricorn, you are an earth sign, and so you can have a tendency to do that. You want things to be structured. You want things to be a certain way. You see a logical progression of things. So check in to see if with whatever you're doing, you're maybe over planning, and maybe you are over planning, but thinking that certain things might be necessary when they're really not. Check in with that, because those might be some of the things that are really heavy on your list. So, and again, this might be something really, really simple. If you're creating a channel on YouTube, for example, you might think that you're going to need to do X, Y, and Z in order to have a really, really good channel. And you might find out that the middle step is absolutely not necessary according to what else you're going to do on YouTube. Or that you might not need to build a website before you do a YouTube channel. You can start with a YouTube channel and work towards something else. So it's really, I feel like it's really asking you to really look at what it is that's getting in the way from you being able to just move forward with this and let your creativity flow. Because I feel like that's what's getting in the way of your creativity a little bit here. You're also being asked to say yes, thank you to everything that is positive or at least benign. And so for me, this is, okay, say yes. Look at opening up to help, possibility, inspiration. The yes is a yes. It's a yes to life, right? So how do we see that come towards us in terms of human dynamic? It's people offering to do things. It's people sharing their stories, inviting you to share yours. It's gifts, it's kindnesses, it's all sorts of different ways, right? That we experience, yes, through our connections. So that's what you're being asked. Now, the other thing that you're being told to look at here in regards to the being positive is notice where you're getting stuck in the past. Around things that might be telling you you need to do certain things in a certain way and you don't need to, okay? Also notice if you're caught up in future possibilities, and this is something that they said to me before I really looked at the cards, and that was, I got to get it back again. It was, yes, it was when you're planning this, do your best to plan it from what feels good now, rather than what you think is going to make you feel good in the future. Because that's one of the things, by staying present and staying in touch with your feelings, you're less inclined to go into the stress of doing it right, because you're doing it based on something you know to be true, which is your feeling, okay? If you're trying to anticipate all the future possibilities, that's generally when you'll go into stress and worry. And that lifts you out of your intuitive flow and your inspiration and creativity and all of that stuff. So a very practical reading for you, Capricorn, but very good. And the fact that the first card that comes up is creative, what it feels to me is that you are in the process of doing something really quite wonderful. And the fact that the service card comes up too, this is not just about assisting you in a certain attitude. What it feels to me is that for many of you, what you are doing is you are creating something that you hope is going to be positive and helpful for your community, for the world, for your family, whoever you're doing it for. And it looks like really you've got the guidance on how to do it. So there you go, my lovely Capricorns. I hope this is helpful. Likes, shares, subscribes, all very appreciated. Helps the algorithm. And that's it. Take care. Thank you.